Hey fantastic people, welcome back to F1ntastic Gaming. So we're back here with F1 2020 My Team Career Mode episode 16 today, and there's a very unorthodox start to this video because we usually start off with some admin in team headquarters, but we can't do that because we don't have the footage for that. But we're starting off in the middle of the race. We're going on to lap number 9 of 16 right now. This is the Singapore Grand Prix, and yeah, very unorthodox video. It's gonna be shorter than usual obviously because we don't have as much recordings. But yeah, just before we start off with the video properly, I'm gonna give you guys a little update. So right now we're leading the race. So technically we're leading the race. I don't think we're actually leading because there's still some people ahead of us yet to pit. You can see we have some front wing damage. On the front right we have some damage which is really hindering us. That's why we're running wide. That's why Sebastian Vettel is closing up to us so quickly. And yeah, we're in effectively the lead of the race. We started in pole position and we were doing super well until I made a pit stop, and then as soon as I made a pit stop, I think just after I made the pit stop, I got this damage. So now right now I'm just trying to hold out ahead of Sebastian Vettel. I don't know how long we're gonna last because it's gonna be very difficult, and also I'm hoping for some rain to come. I checked the forecast and there's gonna be some rain coming, and hopefully that rain can come in time so that we can make a pit stop, we can change onto the wet tires, and we can get our front wing replaced, and we can have this fresh front wing because it is really hard to drive around Singapore with a broken front wing. Singapore is such a tight street circuit, it is such a high downforce circuit that you really need a full front wing. Now before we get back to the front wing thing, you can see that there are a couple of people ahead of us to pit, 3 people ahead of us who need to pit. We got a warning for exceeding track limits because obviously we exceeded track limits because of this wing damage, and this wing damage means I'm pushing the car so hard it's overworking the tires. So by the end of the race we're pretty much gonna have no grip on the car, which is really worrying. It's not a good thing. So now we're on to lap number 9. We were on lap number 8 earlier, we're on to lap number 9 now, and you can see we're just trying to stay ahead of Sebastian Vettel. We still have around 2.5 seconds behind, 2.5 seconds behind to Sebastian Vettel, which is still not bad. But the thing is, with this damage we might end up getting more damage, which is why we need to be more careful, and we just need to maintain some pace, maintain this level of grip that we have right now, because it's not too bad. It's just that it's gonna get worse because either we're gonna get more damage from the damage that we already have, and on top of that the tires are getting overworked. So we're in some real trouble here. I mean, I thought I was gonna get my first win. I was so excited after this pole position that we got. I was so happy about it. But now, like, you know, it might get taken away. Just a tiny little mistake, a tiny bit of front wing gone, and it could lose you the race at Singapore. That's how crazy it is. So just to maintain this lead, to maybe even to stay in a top 3 position, maybe it's gonna take a lot of skill, a lot of determination, because this is really hard. By now already we still have like 5-6 laps left in this race, and my thumbs are already paining. I can tell you from my experience, my hands were hurting from wrestling this car around, especially with all that damage, and now the tires are wearing out, so it's become much more of a challenge. You can see we're going so close to the edge of the track, so close to touching the walls. It is so crazy. And now Sebastian Vettel, he's gaining on us because he has DRS. He has come within 1 second. This is the part that we feared, because now he is within 1 second. He has DRS. He has that extra 15-20 kilometers per hour on the straights.
The rain is a few laps out yet, but it is coming. Be careful.
So we're gonna have to be very careful about Sebastian Vettel, but there is still some hope for us getting rid of this wing damage, because there could be some rain coming, and that motivates me that there's rain coming, so there are better times coming as we hit the wall on the inside in the rear left tire. Sebastian Vettel nearly overtakes us. He's so close to us now. He's right on our rear end. What just happened there? What just happened? I was thinking about the rain, and then suddenly, whoa, my goodness. Did you see? You saw how close Sebastian Vettel was. Look at him, he was right there. Now we hit the wall. He could have easily gone for that move on the inside if we left him the space. But yeah, we just hit the wall like that. We went way too close to the wall, and then we went into a bit of a drift, which thankfully blocked Sebastian Vettel off. He couldn't overtake us, but that was so close. such a close encounter. We could have lost our lead right now. We're into the lead of the race, but oh my god, oh my goodness, Vettel is so close behind us. You can see from the proximity arrows, there are 2 arrows now, 1 arrow because we get a good exit out the final corner, but there were 2 arrows. He was right up our rear, and now these next 4 corners are crucial because we need to get them right. We need to build a good enough gap so that on the next straight Vettel doesn't overtake us, because he will have DRS, he will have the speed over us. Now you can see that the proximity arrows are still going from 1 going to 2 proximity arrows. That is not good news. You can see we have to use overtake mode. We have to use rich mix to stay ahead of Sebastian Vettel. Go through the turn and into the braking zone. We brake too late and we overshoot the corner. Look at how desperate we are to stay ahead, but the proximity arrow turns red. He's right next to us. We're side by side going through this corner, and the hand of anger goes up as we bang wheels. We're going side by side through this corner. He squeezes us to the edge of the track. We squeeze him to the edge of the track. Oh my god, he spins around. He spins around and hits the barrier. Oh my goodness. He hit us on the inside and he spins around. We gave him plenty of space. He gave us barely any space. You can see we were banging wheels, and he goes to the apex. He turns in too early, and then he tries to turn out to get off the curb, but then he hits our tire. That went so wrong from him. Let's look at this in slow motion. You can see that he turns into the apex a bit too early, and you can see we're coming on strong. So then when he turns in like that, he gives us the impression that he's giving us enough space, but then he straightens his wheel and he hits us, and it's too late. He tries to correct his mistake, but it's too late. He's already hit us. He's already driven into us, and yeah, that was completely his mistake. I mean, we gave him space. He turned in too early, and then he tried to he overcorrected his mistake, and then he couldn't correct that second mistake. But yeah, look at this. We're still on the same lap, by the way, and oh my goodness, we run wide on the hairpin, and what? Sebastian Vettel disqualified? Oh, he just stood there. He just sat there. I still don't get why the AI do this. Like, you know, when they spin around and they hit a wall, they don't reverse and, you know, get back on track. They just sit there and they just get disqualified. Just pretty dumb. But yeah, the virtual safety car is deployed after that incident, and oh my god, now Sergio Perez is within 1 second of us. It just never. Oh, okay, now he's 1.7 seconds behind, but before, during the virtual safety car period, which is now over, you can see we're on the virtual safety car restart. We've done pretty well after restart. Even though we've lost some time, we're still over a second ahead of Sergio Perez, which is good enough because we want to keep Sergio Perez out of our DRS. And as we go so close to the wall, I completely jinxed it. Now Sergio Perez is well within our DRS. Yeah, 2-3 tenths, nearly 5 tenths within our DRS there for a moment. But yeah, again, it just never ends for us, does it? So now we're in the final few laps of this race. This is the third last lap of this race, and you can see we're struggling with the car now because the tire wear has gone to a level where it's just absolutely gone. The tires are absolutely finished despite that short virtual safety car period. Oh my goodness, we nearly hit the wall there. But yeah, the tires are done, and you can see Sergio Perez, he's so close behind. We have to use rich mix and overtake mode. Yeah, the tires are yellow. You just saw from that screen, I showed you a glimpse. The tires are yellow now. They're really badly worn. We have to be very careful that we don't hit a wall and damage the car more, because you can see from the proximity arrows, Sergio Perez is right on our tail as we nearly hit the wall again. And you can see he goes for the move down the inside. We block him, and we force him to the outside of this corner. It's a very tight corner. Used to be the Singapore sling, and we squeeze him out. We take control, and yeah, that was a very nice defensive move from us there. We did very well to defend, but again, the tires are gone, so that means even on the end, everywhere on the corner we're struggling. On the entry, mid corner, the exit, we're struggling with the grip, and we're really pushing just to stay ahead of Perez, just to stay on track, because in Singapore it is so tight. The walls are so close together. It's so trapped that even if you touch the wall, even if you go close to the wall, there's a big chance that you're gonna touch it. So you really need to make sure that you don't touch the wall, and that's the mistake I made. I did touch the wall. That's why I have that damage, but I just don't want to increase that damage because that could cause some real problems. We could lose a lot of positions. But oh my goodness, Sergio Perez, he's so fast. He got such a good run out of the final corner, even gets ahead of us. We have to go around the outside, braking late, leaving him a good amount of space. He left us no space, but we still managed to squeeze through through around the outside. Oh my goodness, he had so much overspeed out of that final couple of corners because he had much better grip. We don't have much grip. We're very slow. We're struggling with these tires and this front wing. And now, as you can see, Sergio Perez, he's going for a run again. He's using the overtake mode. He goes for a move around the outside, but we squeeze him to the edge of the track. We outbrake him as well, and you can see we're staying on track this time. And now I'm really desperate. I'm really fierce because I want to keep this lead. It's the penultimate lap of the race, and the raindrops are falling down. At the wrong time, the raindrops decide to come. Right when we don't need them. Like, this is the time where we need grip. We don't need a loss of grip. But now the rainfall has come. It's wet. You can see the halo's wet, the camera's wet, the streaks of water streaking across the chassis. And yeah, we're just managing to stay ahead. You can see how close Perez is. But in these corners, he's not going to be able to overtake us. But in these corners is where we need to do our best so that on the straights he doesn't overtake us. You can see we're wrestling the car through even more than we were doing before. We're braking as late as possible, which is earlier now because of the rain. As we come to the final corner, we're running wide. We have barely any grip, barely any speed. We go to the inside line to defend against Sergio Perez. Again, we're taking the inside line because the best line through turn one. We run wide because of all this water falling down on track. You can see that we're slipping and sliding through these corners, and we're using the overtake mode, using which makes making sure that we don't lose any traction. And as we come through turn 4, you can see onto this back straight, we've done well. We've kept it at 1 proximity arrow, so that means that Perez, I don't think he can overtake us. I don't think he can overtake us now. I think we have just secured the lead of this race. I think we have just secured the win for this race. There's just one more straight on this lap. It's a very tiny straight, so I don't think Perez can overtake us there. Jeff, do you really think I care about the fuel right now? As we're coming through turn 6, I'm pretty sure this is. And Perez, he goes for a move again. He goes for a move down the inside. You can see he is going for one last attempt, and we squeeze him to the apex of that corner. We squeeze him out there. We don't give him any space. We are keeping this win because I do not want to lose it so late in this race. You can see we're looking at the replay cameras because I think Perez, no matter how desperate he is, no matter how hard he tries, we will not let him through. You can see we squeeze him there. We might even have lost time to Verstappen behind, but we're coming on to the last straight of this race, the last straight of the lap. Sergio Perez's final opportunity to attack, and he doesn't take it. He doesn't take the opportunity. He doesn't go for a dive bomb. He doesn't risk it in the wet. You can see he's all over our rear end, but we're into the last sector. We're into the final area. We're into the final place, and there's no way he can overtake us here. Way too tight, way too risky. I think we've done it, guys. I think we've done it. We beat all of the odds to come here. We beat everything. And coming into this race, coming into this episode, our morale was so down after losing 2.5 episodes of our career, but still, it doesn't matter. We're coming through the final 2 corners to take the checkered flag of the Singapore Grand Prix and to win the Singapore Grand Prix. We have won our very first race in F1. Oh my goodness, wow, what a race. I wish I could show you guys the first half of it, but it doesn't matter.
You serious?
Yeah, we worked so hard for that race win. I mean, I wanted an easy win, but we didn't get that. We had to have an exciting and crazy race, but yeah, I'm really gonna enjoy this. And yeah, this is so incredible.
Over the competition today.
I'd say it was down once again to good consistent driving, nailing the corners, working to the track conditions and perfecting the team's strategies. They got all of these things right today, and the results speak for themselves.
Here comes your top 3 making their way down to the podium for what can only be described as a fantastic day for Formula 1.
So it was really amazing to see my podium emote up there, the F1ntastic race suit on that podium, on the top step of that podium. That was so great. Yeah, it was a really great sight, really great race. I really enjoyed filming, even though it was a struggle. I'm so proud of this result, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video too. I mean, it was crazy and full of action, full of drama. Yeah, that's an understatement. But yeah, that's how it was. I mean, it helped us in the constructors, and it helped us a lot in the driver's standing, as far as I know. But yeah, 26 points in the bag. fastest lap as well. Let's go to this
Great
press
work out there
interview.
today. Let's have your thoughts.
Same tagline.
You took the top points today. Was it a comfortable
Obviously,
win?
it wasn't a comfortable win, but I'm gonna say it was because of the team behind me. Just give the credit to the team. Has to be. That's what you have
You're
to do.
breaking all expectations.
Well,
What's your
I'm just gonna say I'm having a great team and a great car. There's no secret. Yeah, just a booster claim.
Well, looks like your luck has changed. Things went a lot better than last weekend, didn't they?
This is a very dumb question because last weekend we did so well. We got our first podium in Formula 1. We got second place. But you know, we have to answer the question, so I'm just gonna give some credit to the chassis, raise the morale there. And yeah, it's a very dumb question, but yeah.
How do you feel about this team's performance this season?
I'm gonna give a positive answer because that's what you should always do in these kind of questions. And yeah, you should always have a good relationship with other teams.
Great. Well, that's everything.
So that's the end of that press interview. You can see we did better in our rivalry because we obviously won the race and we got fastest lap. We were already winning this rivalry, but by a very minor margin. And you can see our claim boost went really well. 20% in claim boost, almost to a claim level 11 for our driver. But yeah, that's really good. And cash, big cash. All our sponsor goals done. So that's great stuff for us. Obviously, we lose some cash because of the damage that we got. Guys, if you did enjoy this video, smash that like button and smash that subscribe button. And yeah, this is F1ntastic Gaming. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Really important video for us.